Guys, we have some very good, interesting information that has just come out for Starfield, coming from the Lex Friedman interview with Todd Howard. There is a lot of juicy tidbits that we can surmise because the video was 2 hours. I'm just going to give you the cliff notes of what important information about Starfield, and then we're going to talk about some Elder Scrolls and some other things at the very end, even though it's a little bit of tidbits. So I should probably get this out the way now. Let's just say that the Elder Scrolls, there's a potential date that's been floating around for when the Elder Scrolls 6 is going to come out. Yes, which is really good, but we're not talking about Elder Scrolls, right? Even though that's my forte, into the Elder Scrolls Bethesda series. But that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about Starfield. And the first little bit of juicy information that we got was in the new interview is that Todd was going around the individual things that are going to be in the game and some things that you really want to know. And the first little tidbits of what I came up with and what we've seen is you can see ships taking off from spaceports and hear them in the distance. Yes, I know some people don't like that kind of thing, but in these kind of games like this, you got to be immersed. You really want to be immersed in the whole scenery. You can sit on planets and watch the moons pass by like sunsets in Skyrim. And you can call freighters in space. Okay, there's a lot of people that like to role play. That's because it is an RPG. You have to set your background and everything, but people like to do that thing. You like to put yourself in the game. You like to be immersed. You have to beat yourself in there. I'm talking about you go hardcore with it, stuff like that. And the freighters can call you in space. That's one awesome aspect of some of these games that don't take a lot of knowledge into it. Like, meaning, what I mean to say that is like, it's like you're playing Mass Effect. You're sitting on your ship. You get a distress signal. You can choose to go to the distress signal and stuff like that. Oh wow, it'll open up some new story possibilities for you, things like that in nature. Okay, what else we have for it right here, because we have a good chunk of this stuff that's going to go. Good NPCs react to players like guards in Skyrim. Voice lines recorded 3 to 4 years. Voices get cut and moved to new NPCs throughout whole development. 4 companions specifically have deeper romance options, systems made where they get angry but come back after over and over. Okay, so a touch upon the good NPCs and guards of Skyrim. That's one plus thing that you do in Skyrim. You do something in the world, people comment on it, because what Bethesda games like to do, they like to nudge you in the general ongoing directions of things. Oh yeah, you did this. Hey, yeah, you did that. Oh cool, man, I'm afraid of you. You have to interact with the world through your deeds in the game, which is really good. Voice lines recorded 3 to 4 years. That's actually a substantial amount of development for them, because just think, there's recorded voice lines. There's no purpose why you shouldn't use them, and if they're not working, you put them somewhere in the game, you can cut a little bit. That's just really cool. 4 specific companions for deeper romance options. Like in any other game, you have companions that you like, because during the interview, Todd Howard did say he did like the Skyrim mod Inigo, and it was a Khajiit that dealt with everything. I'm talking about, that was the most advanced AI I've seen in any mod. But then again, I've been out the loop for some of that because I stopped playing some of the mods, because there's a lot of stuff going by. And over time, like they said, the deeper romance options. So yeah, you can marry them, have girlfriends, maybe kids, you never know, like they did in Skyrim, and they can actually band away from you. They can get away from you, stuff like that. They hate you, you know what I mean? Like, you can have an actual interactive story with your NPCs. Todd likes friendships and dances in games, and they add a new experience, just like Inigo, like I was saying. Yes. Star systems are leveled. Okay, this one here is one of the topics of debate that they want to talk about Starfield right here. This right here is a topic of debate, meaning, say like you're level 1 and it's like the old school games, like in Morrowind per se. These zones over here at this planet are like level 50 characters, and you're like a level 1. If you run over there, you can steal something, you can have a good gun, but you probably couldn't equip it, and it just works worse for you. These zones over here is like, okay, this is for the tougher level enemies. These guys over here will beat you down. Maybe you shouldn't be over there, so they'll nudge you towards this other direction. But if you somehow beat those guys, you get a good power boost or something like that. You find some good loot, some good gear. Yes. Different spacesuits help you navigate different planet atmospheres and environments. That is one that I really like to do. There's one thing I do like about Elder Scrolls games, and for the mod community, there's mods that make you want to go hardcore. And I'm talking about super survival. Like they're making their gear actually matter to you in a certain sense. Meaning, like they're saying here, you go to a planet, it has like radiation damage like in Fallout. You put the suit on, they'll suffer from radiation damage, but if you wear something like that, you'll get poisoned or something. You know what I mean? And the environment's like hazardous. You have to use this specific gear like in Breath of the Wild. The volcano area, it's hot, but you need the little potion for it. Or in the desert area, you need the sand, you need the armor so you can actually don't overheat, stuff like that. The last 6 months of the year's game development is when the whole project comes together, systems tested to see how well they work all together. AI made less smart to make the game too difficult. Okay, so the last 6 months, what he was talking about of the game's development, they were basically play testing with AI is really what they mean. It's like, so they have a game that's in a playable state. They have a dumb AI so they can run through the whole game so you can actually go through it. That's been known. That's what they're known to doing. There's also dumb AI and smart AI. And like there's one things that he said when he was watching the video from with Lex Freeman in the interview, he said you can't make the AI too smart because it makes the game unfun. You want to fight a super smart AI and just kick your shit in? It's like Dark Souls. You want an RPG that's like Dark Souls? No, it's not in a game like this. But you can though. That's the thing. You know, that's really, really, really cool. That I do like stuff like that. You know, and then again, most robots in the game are for utility. Some combat ones, but not like Fallout. You see, we do have robots in the game. They're going to be some like fighter androids or something like that. You see like people like Vasco, which is like a helper droid or robot and stuff like that. You'll see that'll be really cool. We have a little bit more information that's coming out. Let's see what's here on my other notes. Bots made to test the game. I've already gone over that. Okay, yeah, here we go. This is interesting. This is an addition to the bots. Bots made to test the game and test frame rates and more. Every new bot build plays through the first 2 quests and finds things that may have been broken. So like we were saying earlier, it's playtest that's going on. Some things will break the game and some things won't, you know. And this is the Elder Scrolls thing I was talking about. Let's just get it out the way. Elder Scrolls 6 is still in pre-production, wrapping up the game. Starfield, they have a small chunk complete of sample basic concepts. So like I was saying a long time ago, we can speculate when the Elder Scrolls is going to come out, but we still don't know the setting, which is I'm telling you right now, man, it's going to be Hammerfell and some of the other regions outside with the ship. You have to use a ship in this thing. You got to. All right. Todd knows best framework and unique trait for Test 6 to define the tone of the game setting finalized. See, they know it, but they won't say it. A first vertical slice created once Starfield finishes. Yes, we've seen that. After vertical slice is approved, the full production of Test 6 begins. Intro to the game finished a long time ago. So they made this already. I didn't know about that. That was really cool, interesting take, you know. Of course, like he was saying in the interview, they have certain projects they're doing mainly, and they're doing certain projects to the side. And once the main crew is over, done with the full game, which is Starfield, they're going to link up again and start full production on Elder Scrolls 6. And then after that, we're going to see Fallout. Music has already been worked on, shown in the teaser trailer, which is Evolve, which they're talking about Starfield, and they're talking about the Elder Scrolls 6 song, which is really good, by the way. I recommend you guys listen to that. The remix of the Elder Scrolls theme is really good. I love that song. That song is really, really cool. Check it out. Quest markers in Starfield show you where handcrafted content is, procedurally planets exist to give players an option to go there. They ask the question, what's fun about planet with nothing? You see, this is one content of contingency that I've been telling people. You don't have, there's 1,000+ planets. You don't have to go to those 1,000+. It's like there's user generated content. You can tell when something's user generated because it's going to be updated. You're going to have all the nooks and crannies. You're going to have the definition and all that. Some planets are just for resources, which is fine. You know, it's a space game. It's a space opera. That's the exploration is what makes these kind of games, man. And I don't know how many times I got to stress that enough. That is what is going on with the game. Okay. And for the final bit of news that I have here is they tested the full limits in getting stranded, activating a beacon to find, etc. The solutions to find it boring, and made special mode later. You see, this right here is basically that's another sense of play testing right here, meaning it's like they do things that, you know, it's like the whole generation that people play right now, people have low attention spans right now. When you play games, they want shit to be in your face and stuff like that. But then again, there are some things like they want to be immersive, but they don't want to be immersive boring per se. What I mean by that is, like, the example they always give is the thing about running out of fuel. You have the searching the fuel for a plane. You don't run out of fuel in Starfield. You can't go as far as you want. Because just think, they don't want to force activities and stuff on you like you don't want to, man. Unless you want that core experience, there's probably a mod for you that can go in there. Maybe not, but you know, it is what it is. But that's a generalization of what was all in there. It's some very good stuff you hear about Todd Howard talking about his legacy and all that kind of stuff like that. But this is just a pure Starfield video. And yeah, guys, man, tell me what you guys think. This is just a summary of everything that happened, and you can stay tuned for some more gaming news and Starfield content. All right, y'all, like, share, subscribe, and peace.